You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk. Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? Well, the story of this topic today. Now, first, let me say, this is ADI, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, from yourself, from some real bullshit. And you are tuned in to the Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. And I just want to thank you for tuning in, and thank you to my new listeners out there. Welcome. I didn't want to go in right away. I had to catch myself. But let me tell y'all how dedicated I am to this show, okay? Except for those days I purposely have to take off for certain reasons. But I tell you this, I'm going to say 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes, because I'm 2 minutes late. 2 minutes before I tuned in live, I'm going to say 3 minutes, okay? 3 minutes. I was like, okay, which topic? I had been debating that for the last, 5 minutes. And I was going between two topics. And then all of a sudden, the lights just went off in the house. I mean, everything. I literally was going to do it from my computer today, the first time in a long time. And I had been working all day on the computer, working on a project, a website. And literally, the lights just all went out. I heard the generator trying to kick on. It's raining really bad out here. So I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, Spirit was like, the topic of the show is your light shines in the dark. That's how deep it gets when you are tuned in and tapped into your higher self, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. I was searching. I couldn't decide between the two. And it was just like, forget them. This is what you're going to do. Okay. So for the first time listeners, this show is just strictly about, not strictly, but it is really about being transparent, me being transparent with you guys about my life in order for you to see that, you're not the only one that have dreams and visions and goals that might, come across a couple rocks that's in your path, and just giving you some encouragement and some motivation to help you, get to the point of achievement, of getting to that goal, getting out your own way so that you can achieve that goal. So with all of that being said, your light shines in the dark. I hope that's the title, because I'm literally in the dark and had to find my portable mic in the dark. And I was like, well, I hope I'm putting this in the right way. But anyway, your true light is going to shine in the dark. And I guess I'm just, like I tell y'all, I always let Spirit speak through me, and whatever it is, that's the message. Okay. So I'm taking from that title is that, there are going to be moments in our lives where we're going to be going through a dark time. And when I say that, I'm not saying that dark times can be so many different things. It can be something as simple as you are starting something new, maybe deciding to go back to school. You're older, you're deciding to go back to school, or you are wanting to defeat a bad habit that you have been battling with for a long time, be it drinking, drugs, smoking, eating too much, just eating too many sweets or salty things, whatever. It could be anything. And for you, that might be your dark moment. It can be just like I've been through, losing everything and having to start all over again, And so I can honestly say, so let me take it from there, because of the fact that I have started all over many times in my life. Of course, I've faced many dark moments. And what I found that in those dark moments, your light do really shine, because one, you will find that when you are going through those moments of rather be lost, or rather be, like I said, you are wanting to defeat something that you have been working hard to get over, or break a habit or whatever like that, is in those moments that sometimes we could find ourselves by ourselves. Sometimes we could find ourselves by ourselves trying to figure things out. Maybe it's because, I don't even know why I'm sitting here holding this phone. Maybe it's because we will keep to ourselves because we believe that nobody will get us. Nobody will understand what we're going through, what we're feeling at that time, or, things of that nature. So we need to go inward. Now, a lot of times we don't choose to go inward. A lot of times we might focus on the issue, the obstacle, the struggle. And instead of going inward to say, what is this lesson? And I know I talk about this a lot, but I have to, guys, because this is what life is. Life is always going to be a new challenge, because with those new challenges comes new growth, comes the leveling up of self, the leveling up of whatever it is that you're doing in life, whatever it is that you're pursuing in life, whether it is being a better mother, father, better sister, brother, whatever it is that you're aiming towards. Or it might not even be something that you're aiming towards. It could be something that, because of the darkness, thank you, Spirit. I guess this is why this title, okay, because of the darkness, God shined a light on something that you needed to change. Wow. So this is the reason for this topic. Because I'm telling you, I just come over here and I don't know what I'm about to talk about sometimes, but so in the darkness, that's when God will shine the very thing that maybe you do need to change about yourself, about your lifestyle, about the way you're doing something, or the way you're, or either the people that you're around or connected to show you this is why you are not going further than you want to go in life. This is why you continue to repeat the same cycles. This is why you cannot break your bad habit, or you cannot achieve the goals and the visions that you are pursuing, is because of your surrounding, is because of who you're connected to, is because of who you're doing business with, is because of your partnership with someone, is because of the relationship that you're in with someone, is because of the way you are as a parent. You're not being a parent. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. So these are the things that darkness will shine a light on to help you get it, and to let that light bulb just turn up and say, ding. Okay, I got it. Wow. Okay. This is why maybe your money ain't flowing, because deep inside you are scared of success. There are so many people that want success out here, that really have these big dreams, these goals, these visions, and they're awesome. But they convince themselves that they're doing a lot when they're really not doing enough, right? And what I mean by that is they are busy. They are pursuing what it is that they want to go after. Or let me change that. I always got to correct myself. Thank you, Spirit. You, because I'm talking to you, not they. I'm talking to you who are listening right now, because if you're tuning in, this is for you in some type of way. So the reason that maybe you have capped off at your dream or your vision is because, one, there is a light that you need to look at within the darkness that you're sitting in. And when I say darkness, I don't mean literally in darkness like I'm sitting right now. But I'm saying that cloud that's covering that thing that you just can't get, that void that you are wanting to fulfill in so many ways that is not beneficial to you. You know, we as humans, we can get so emotional at different times that we have these voids in our life. And instead of us, tuning in and tapping into our higher self and tapping into spirit and asking like, okay, what is this void? Where is it coming from? Give me the root. Tell me the root of this void. And why is it that I feel like I need to fill this void with so many things that's not beneficial to me, that is holding me back from my destiny, that's holding me back from the things that I really want to truly achieve in my life, the type of relationships that I really want to have in my life. Why am I fulfilling this void with things and with maybe a shopping habit or just having a whole lot of women, a whole lot of men, or those other habits like the drinking and the smoking and the eating or things of that nature? Because in life we tend to have these vices. And if you don't know what a vice is just something that's kind of like a pacifier. Like when the baby feels like they need that pacifier to suck on to calm them. And then as the kid grows, that pacifier needs to be taken away from them. Although I do see kids that's 5 years old with the pacifier, just don't even just put your head down if it's you. I see kids walking around that's 5 years old with a pacifier in their mouths. Because why? Because the parent does not want to see the light in the darkness and to see why is it that my kid still wants this pacifier, or not even that why the kid wants it. Why is that I choose to continue to pacify my kid with a pacifier instead of finding out what is it that my kid needs from me, or what is it that my kid needs for themselves so that they won't need this pacifier. So if we convert that to adult life form, then we could look at our vices as a pacifier. Okay. If y'all get what I'm saying, we could look at the vices that we go to, our go-to vices when things are not going right or when things are getting a little difficult for us. Why is that we go to that thing or that person or that habit to pacify us in the darkness instead of allowing the light to shine so that we can move forward, so that we can jump over that hurdle, so that we can stop dealing with that same cycle in order to achieve our goals and our visions and our dreams, guys. And so back to, y'all thought I forgot. So back to the whole people, you could be afraid of success, and this is why you cap off at the level that you are right now. There are levels in our lives, like levels of growth. So sometimes success don't come because we really are not ready for it. It just depends on your true calling, your true purpose in life. Like with me, I know now, and I had to accept it. My purpose, and I'm not trying to say this in an arrogant way, and just know, like, anytime I talk about certain things, it's not me trying to be or wanting to be arrogant. It's just me sharing my journey with you guys and what I've learned along the way about me. So I have realized that through my journey, the reason why a lot of my things have stopped and capped off is not because I'm afraid of success, but I wasn't ready for success. And I'm not saying me mentally, or physically. I'm saying like there were certain things that God needed to take me through first. There were certain people I needed to meet. There were certain people that needed to be let go or that needed to fall away from me. There were just things that needed to happen in order to get me to where I am right now. There were things that needed to happen before I even started my podcast show to get me in the mental the mentality that I can be transparent to people and share my story so that they can, if you identify with any one of my stories, then you can find some comfort in knowing that, okay, if Adion got over that, then I can get over it. If Adion achieved that, then I can achieve that. If Adion worked through all of her stuff, all of her moves, and she still continued to come on and do the podcast show in the midst of sitting in darkness as I am right now, she's just that consistent, that dedicated to her purpose, then I can be that dedicated to my purpose. Then I can jump the hurdles. I can do this because not just Adion did it, but other people did it. Other people were able to conquer their fears and get over and jump over their obstacles. And see, so when you start tuning into the light, your light in the darkness, in your darkness, whatever your darkness may be, and you begin to become open and receptive to receive what it is that God has for you in whatever way it's going to come. It could be abundance beyond your imagination. It can be new talents and gifts and skill sets that you didn't even know that you were capable of. Hence my case. I mean, I tap in because I am so open and receptive to receive whatever God has for me, to receive whatever mission that I am here to do in this time, space, reality. God continues to give me new talents and new gifts that just come out of nowhere. I will just go at something, and the next thing you know, I know how to do it. It's just that simple for me. And for me, this is why my journey has been so crazy, is because I had to master different parts of the puzzle that makes me. You get what I'm saying? We all are somewhat a puzzle that's all spread out. And we have to figure out what pieces fit where, until we get to the end of that puzzle and it all comes together and it all makes sense. Because everything that we do in life is a piece of that puzzle. Every person that we meet in life is a piece of that puzzle. And therefore, when we're sitting in our darkness and we decide that we don't want to go into pity mode, we don't want to, but we don't go into pity mode. We don't, start feeling sorry for ourselves. Then that's when we can see the true light that can light up that path for us, that can show us, okay, this is the way to go at this time. Because I'm such a serial entrepreneur, I have to learn that everything needs to be handled in a different way at different times. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you can do a thing and you might need to alter the way you attack it. You might need to adjust the way you are viewing it or the way you think about it and start thinking outside the box. Okay, this is a whole year, 5 years later. I did it this way 5 years ago, but you know what? Let me go at it a new way this time, and let me just see what happens. But let me apply a couple of the old things that I did and that was good, that worked out, and let me just apply it and see with the new things. Let me see how this thing comes out. It's just like baking a cake. You get what I'm saying? And deciding that, this time I'm going to bake this cake a different way. I'm just going to add a different ingredient and I just want to see how it comes out. I want to see how it tastes, And when you do that, you will be surprised at the new taste that you would get from that cake. Now, it could be a bad taste. You could just put that wrong ingredients in there, but it's just like with life, It's just like with life. You just have to learn how to do things differently. Be open to do things differently. We have to learn to give up our control. You know, a lot of times we want to be so in control of how our lives play out, so in control of our relationships and, of the way everything looks, that we can miss out on a thing that God really wants to get to us. We can miss out on blessings that God wants to give us because we want to have so much control. Sometimes when you feel like you have capped out at whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's, a promotion at your job, you have reached the highest level that your job will allow you to reach. You've capped out. You feel like you capped out at the relationship that you have with your kids or your spouse, your loved one. You've capped out at, of course, your dreams and your visions. You feel like year after year, you're making the same amount of money. And you just want to know, what is it? You're in the darkness. That's a part of being in the darkness. Because if you are still at the same level, then you need to figure out, okay, what light is God shining that I'm not seeing? I need to sit with myself for a minute. Let me sit with myself. As a matter of fact, let me sit with myself for a couple days, maybe a week or so. And this thing came to me today to do, and I'm going to start it actually today because, again, today is another new moon today, 12 a.m., the new full moon. And so I tell y'all that because at the time that we have new moons, what does that mean? We can begin a new cycle. It's allowing the energy of, if you want to, you can begin a new cycle and you can just ask God and just reach out to spirit. Like, you know what? Please cut away the things that's not beneficial to me, the people that's not beneficial to me, the habits that's not beneficial to me. And I'm just requesting and I'm believing that with this new moon, that you're allowing me to have a new cycle, a new level in my life that will allow me to break through this cap that I feel that I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that we can do to allow the light to shine through in our dark moments. These are the things that we can do to get to that next level. Be open, be receptive. We're always wanting to have control. So sometimes it's like so much control that we want over our lives and the way things play out. We just miss it, guys. We miss it. And so this is why I just love the fact that God created me to be this adventurous soul, this adventurous spirit that is curious, I can't put it no other way. Curious about life, curious about, how things work, how people think, just doing different things in life, trying new foods and things of that nature. I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful that I'm not a routine person. Of course I'm routine in certain things. Of course you have to be in order for your life just to not be all over the place. I mean, to the outside looking in, some people would think my life is all over the place, but no, it's really not. I'm really a structured person. Excuse me. I really work hard at meditating every day in some type of way. Meditating does not mean that you just sitting in one space. Meditating could be just when you in your car and you decide to put on you just decide to be in silence in your car and just focus on a certain thing as you're driving. That can be meditation. You could do meditation in so many different ways, meditation through use of affirmations, just repeating certain affirmations to yourself and convincing yourself about maybe how you want to change or the things that you want to do or the people that you would like to be around in your life, the type of people that you would like to be around in your life, around you in your life to help you to get to that next level. Because a lot of times when we cap off again, going back, it's the surroundings, it's the people, it's the environment. It's you not wanting to get out of your comfort zone, whatever that comfort zone is. It's you scared and fearful of what's behind door number 1, door number 2, because you're so comfortable where you are. But if you're comfortable, that means that you're not growing. I mean, when you're uncomfortable, that means you're having a growth spurt. I mean, think about it. When you were a kid, and I'm going to say this as a woman, I can't speak for men, but I'm going to say this as a woman. As I was growing in my breast, we all adults here, and my breast was growing when I was young, it was painful because I was growing breasts. I was becoming a woman. So just like that, if I could use that analogy, that's how life is. It's pain. It could be painful at times in the darkness as we're growing. We have these growth spurts, but it's when we decide that, you know what? No, I'm going to fight that growth spurt. I'm not going to change. I'm not moving. I'm not, whatever it is that God wants you to do, and you decide that you want to fight it. Let me tell you something that I've learned. Oh, you're going to do it, because guess what? God going to give you some tower moments, as I talk about. God is going to give you some tower moments and just tear it all away from you, or tear the person away from you, or whatever it is that you're fighting to grow from. Whatever it is that you're fighting to grow from, God is going to make sure it happens. Mother God, Father God is going to give you an opportunity time after time, like going to put you in situations so that you can see that light in the darkness, so that you can tune into it, and so that you can begin to walk in it, so that you can begin to get on the path that you're supposed to. There are going to be opportunities that's going to come your way. But if you want to continue to ignore those opportunities, and you want to continue to do things your way, the old way, when God is telling you it's time for a new way, oh, there's going to be a tower moment, and you're not going to like it. Trust me, I have learned that. So I would suggest that when that light starts to hit you in the darkness, that you tune in, and that you have that moment with God and ask, what is it that I need to know? How should I pursue this? How should I go about this? What is it that I should say to this person? How should I say it to this person? Please guide me. I'm so open and receptive, because I want to make sure that I pass this test, and I don't want to repeat this test anymore. And I don't want to repeat this cycle anymore. You get what I'm saying? It's just as easy as that. You might think it's hard, but it really is. And you'd be surprised. Once you decide, I'm going to tune into that light, how free you are when you get to the other side. How happy, how much more joy you'll have in your life when you get to the other side of that light through that darkness. So I think that's about time for me to wrap it up, because I'm about tired of sitting here in this darkness. I'm about to go outside until I find out what's going on. But I guess because it's the whole where I am at right now. So everybody's sitting in darkness, but I'm sitting here doing a podcast show in the darkness. So that's what I'm saying, guys. You know, you got to work through that darkness. Darkness comes to teach us some things about ourselves, to see how we will react in the darkness, to see how far our character has grown, how far we have grown, how much we have grown, and how much our character has grown. That's why the darkness comes. So go to the light, guys, so you can be in the light and you can stay in the light. You know? So with all that being said, this is Adion, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life, us extraordinary folk doing the damn thing the best way we can. And I just want to thank you again for all of your support. I always forget to talk about the books. Definitely thank you for supporting me. Buy that Visionary Dreamer 90-Day Journal. And for those who are still tuning in, I forgot I started this, but I didn't finish. So I'm deciding to do this for the next 30 days. And I hope whoever's listening now, this is for you, still listening. I know I journal a lot by writing, but I decided I'm going to record my day, the things, the highlights, the low points, whatever it is that I've had going on with me in that day. Starting today, I'm going to record it with my phone. And then at the end of my 30 days, I'm going to listen to each recording just to see my growth, just to see the accomplishments throughout the month. It could be any type of accomplishment, So I hope that you decide to do the same thing. Just to see how far you have come within 30 days. Just to see the things that you need to alter in your life. Just to see what it is that God is shining a light on and you're not paying attention and you are fighting against, because you will find that out as you are listening to recordings that is from last week, yesterday, because you'll tune into how you was feeling each day and what it is that made you feel the way you was feeling each day. If you're honest with your recording, doesn't have to be a long recording. It could be 5 minutes. Just highlight your day. The first thing that comes to your mind, record it in your phone. If you don't have much space, just record that one. And if you can transfer it to Google Drive or whatever you want to transfer it to, transfer it. But at the end of 30 days, listen back. Just take a whole day, get your popcorn, get some candles and just sit there and listen to yourself. Listen to yourself, because you are the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher, y'all. So what we go through is the best teacher. And sometimes we need to do that. Sometimes we need to listen back at ourselves just to see how we sound. You know what I mean? See how we sound. See why we feel in a certain way. If we record ourselves, whether it be video, whether it be audio, and we go back and we look, that's how we can figure out, oh, I need to adjust that. Ooh, I sound whiny. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Why was I annoyed with that person? Or why did I let that person make me feel that way? Or whatever it is. It's when you can go back and hear yourself or see yourself, as opposed to somebody telling you about yourself, that you can see how you need to adjust yourself and how you need to address yourself. Okay? So I guess God wanted me to say the ending for those, who wanted to just fall away and cut it off. So if you still tuned in, that was for you. What I just said was for you. So you need to do that. Start recording yourself tonight. First, talk about the things, how you want your life to look. And then tomorrow, talk about how your day and how you felt and why you felt that way or why you did that thing. Whatever comes to your mind. Okay, I'm going to leave y'all with that. So until next Sunday, I love you guys. I love you guys. Everything will be in the links below. I have to put all of that stuff in there when the electric comes back on, when everything kicks back in over here. All right. Love, love, love you guys. Until next week. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chroniclesofliving.com. Until next time, this is Adion, your dream pusher. I love you guys.